Ladies and gentlemen, I have always held a very strong position on Mose Kuria's relationship with the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto. For those who have been on this channel for a long time, I've always held the view that Mose Kuria is President Uhuru Kenyatta's Trojan horse in William Ruto's camp. And at some point, I thought I was wrong. And I started believing that maybe Mose Kuria was supporting William Samoei Ruto with his heart, and that Mose Kuria and President Uhuru Kenyatta actually fell out. But 3 recent incidences have convinced me that Mose Kuria is President Uhuru Kenyatta's Trojan horse in William Ruto's camp. The first incident was the Mose Kuria homecoming, and I'm going to explain. The second incident was the Kiambu tour last week by the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto, which Mose Kuria attended. And the last incident actually took place yesterday, the UDA NDC. In this video, I want to prove to you, if you still have doubts, that Mose Kuria is actually President Uhuru Kenyatta's Trojan horse. Because there's no way Mose Kuria, a person whose entry into Gatundu South can be attributed to President Uhuru Kenyatta, there is no way Mose Kuria, a person who represents President Uhuru Kenyatta in parliament, can just defy the president like that. The farthest I believe he can go is to try and unite with the president, or to try and unite William Ruto and President Uhuru Kenyatta. Mose Kuria has never done that. Let us begin by asking ourselves, what is a Trojan horse? For those who follow history or who understand what a Trojan horse is, a Trojan horse was basically a huge hollow wooden horse, which was used by the Greeks during the Trojan War to enter into the city of Troy and win that war. So what happened was that the Greeks pretended that they were retreating. So they left behind a huge hollow wooden horse, and inside that wooden horse there were some soldiers or army there. So they convinced these guys that that wooden war was actually a present which will protect them from what? So these guys decided to move this horse, this wooden horse, up to the gates of the city of Troy. So at night, the army who were inside got out, and that's how the Greeks managed to win that war. In modern world, a Trojan horse actually refers to any kind of deception or trick that involves getting a target willingly to allow an enemy into a secure place. So it basically says that it's a deception or a trick in which you can allow an enemy into, it's a trick involving getting a target willingly to allow an enemy. So a target in this case is Ruto. So Uhuru Kenyatta is doing it in a way that Ruto is willingly allowing an enemy, who is Mose Kuria, and to some extent William Kabogo, into his territory. Mose Kuria is a Trojan horse. I want to ask you a question. Do you have a contrary opinion that Mose Kuria is genuinely supporting William Samoei Arap Ruto? I want to explain to you why Mose Kuria is a Trojan horse. If you are watching the channel for the first time, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. To the subscribers, I want to thank you guys, and please, for this particular video, give it thumbs up, even if you disagree with it or you agree with it. Also, let me know your thoughts. Do you think Mose Kuria is a Trojan horse? Let me begin with the 3 latest incidences. When Mose Kuria went to Dubai, William Ruto met him there. Uhuru Kenyatta met him there. Raila Odinga met him there. In fact, when Mose Kuria was sick, I don't remember any politician who didn't go to see him. Almost all of them went. So Mose Kuria became a high-profile mgonjwa. So when he recovered, he planned a huge homecoming. That homecoming was never attended by UDA party, although they sent, I think, the Secretary General or Chief Executive Officer. But Mose Kuria used that homecoming to pass a message to the Deputy President through Stanley Livondo. So far, Mose Kuria just pretended to have apologized, but the message was delivered by Livondo. The second instance, in my view, is the UDA in this. Sorry, let's begin by the Kiambu tour. Last week, the Deputy President was in Kiambu, where he held a serious political rally. So they attended a church service. Later on, I think they addressed 1-2 places. Then they went to Thika Stadium for a huge rally. Mose Kuria was part of the people who were at the church. But when William Ruto and his team were headed to the stadium, Mose Kuria did not go with them. He delayed somewhere. Remember, UDA has colors, which is yellow colors. Mose Kuria's party has blue color, but not the Azimio color, slightly different. So when Mose Kuria arrived, the moment he arrived, and I think William Ruto and his brigade realized this, and nobody recognized him. When Mose Kuria arrived, he came in with people, huge number of people, donning those blue colors of his party, Chama cha Kazi. So they escorted him inside the stadium. For you, it was normal. For me, it was not normal. For you, it was normal because this was a Ruto's rally. For me, it was not, because the message Mose Kuria was trying to say is that there were other alternative parties. So apart from blue now, apart from yellow colors of UDA, we now had another political party here with their colors, blue color. What is the implication of that? The implication of that is that if Ruto were to allow Mose Kuria fully into his party, in most of his political parties, the colors will no longer be yellow. You'll be seeing other political parties. So basically, you'll be seeing, like in Thika Stadium now, you won't see UDA as the dominant party, but you will also see the presence of other political parties. And remember, he was actually given a chance to speak, and he spoke. The implication of this, in my view, and added to Kabogo, is very simple. Let me use the case of Kabogo and case of Kabogo and Mose Kuria. You know, Mose Kuria wants to run for the Kiambu gubernatorial seat. Kabogo, the same. UDA will have a candidate there, either Matangi or Wajagon. So let's just use those 3 cases. The mere fact that Kabogo joined Ruto and UDA is the most dominant party Kabogo's rating in Kiambu has increased. The mere fact that Moses Kuria is now associated with Ruto, and Ruto is the most popular presidential candidate in Kiambu as we speak, his rating has gone up. What does that mean? That means that either Kabogo or Moses Kuria will now have a chance of winning the election. If they win that election and Raila becomes the president, they will easily invite Raila Odinga to Kiambu and declare Raila Odinga as the officially elected president. Or if you were to go for a rerun, then they can even decide to shift camp. The only person who has not bought this Trojan horse idea is basically Martha Karua. Because if you look at even the Kirinyaga politics, before Waiguru joined Ruto, she was not that popular. So when she joined Ruto, her ratings increased. I heard Mwaura was saying that her ratings increased by 15%. Today, if Martha Karua were to join Ruto, her ratings in Kirinyaga will also shoot to an extent that she can easily defeat the UDA candidate there. So it means in Kiambu, they can easily defeat the UDA candidate, the gubernatorial candidate in Kirinyaga, just like that. And the cases of Trojan horse is not new. William Ruto basically tried to create Trojan horses around Raila Odinga in the name of Jimmy Wanjigi. But what Raila Odinga can see while seated, you cannot see while standing. So Jimmy Wanjigi was defeated in that pursuit. But William Ruto succeeded in using Malala and using Johnson Sakaja. But he also failed in using Senator Mutola Kilonzo. So that Kiambu tour, in my view, from my deep analysis, I've internalized it. And I've come to the conclusion that Moses Kuria is doing the bidding for President Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta would not want UDA to be the only dominant party in that region. And if you look at the Mount Kenya politics, it means if you have a strong Chama cha Kazi, a strong Jipange party, and a strong UDA, and Jubilee is there, these parties will split votes, and the Jubilee candidates can easily win 1, 2, 3 seats in the larger Mount Kenya region. Then let us go now to the UDA NDC. During the UDA NDC, Moses Kuria showed up. And Moses Kuria showed up in a blue shirt. Anytime you see a blue shirt in a political event, you see Azimio. So when Moses Kuria stood up there and Kenyans were watching, what was coming to their mind was basically Azimio. When you see yellow, the first thing which comes to your mind is UDA. When you see red, the first thing which comes to your mind is Jubilee Party. There's no rocket science there. It was not by coincidence that Moses Kuria decided to put on that blue attire. Because the blue color of Moses Kuria's party is slightly different from what he was putting on. But what caught my attention was his statement that they rigged elections. Stating that comment during William Ruto's NDC. What was he telling Ruto? That Uhuru did not win. And that has been Raila Odinga's point. And then he was supposed to go to Citizen TV and meet Murathe. He never appeared there. So he let Murathe to explain that even Moses Kuria never won. That there is a polling station which had 800 people, but Moses Kuria's votes were 4,000. So basically they're telling Ruto that Mount Kenya, because Murathe was clear that Raila Odinga is going to win with or without Mount Kenya. So he's just telling Ruto that the votes you are banking on in the larger Mount Kenya region, they are not there. Moses Kuria won by stealing. Moses Kuria told you that they stole for Uhuru. Murathe is now telling you that the vote Moses Kuria got were not his, because there's a polling station which had 800 people, But Moses Kuria's votes were 4,000 there. Very interesting development. If you can't see it, forget about it. But why would Uhuru Kenyatta have Moses Kuria as a Trojan horse in William Ruto's camp? Number one is to reduce William Ruto's win in 2022, especially in the larger Mount Kenya region. Senate, Parliament, governors, and MCS. He wants to reduce that win. The best way to reduce that win is to have friendly parties accepted in William Ruto's camp. So they form a coalition. So these guys are going to, Moses Kuria will identify candidates, Jibebe will identify candidates, these candidates will be competing. Then President Uhuru Kenyatta, using his party and using the intelligence, will identify very strong candidates in Jubilee, sponsor them. If Jubilee's strength will be 30%, then the rest is 70, then they split. High chance of Jubilee candidates winning will be there. Or if Jubilee candidates will not be winning, other parties might also be winning. So that one would mean William Ruto's UDA party will lose seats there. So that's the first strategy, why he needs that. Number two, Uhuru Kenyatta needs alternative parties in Mount Kenya region, basically to reduce UDA dominance in the area, so that you will not be seeing only yellow. If you look at yesterday's event, how did Mwangi Kiunjuri put on? Very nice. Yellow, black, yellow, that party. Moses Kuria came in blue, Azimio. So basically, these parties will now be used to reduce the visibility of UDA. If Ruto were to hold a rally today in Gatundu, Moses Kuria will go there with these parties, will brand his team. So you'll not only be seeing yellow, but you'll be seeing yellow and you'll be seeing those Jubilee. So brand visibility coming down. And that's how Jubilee will sneak in. Number three, Uhuru Kenyatta also needs an insider information on how William Ruto is operating. Once Moses Kuria will be accepted fully, which I don't think these guys will do, because these guys already suspect him. If they accept him, if they will allow him fully, then Uhuru Kenyatta will easily get insider operation. Number four, Moses Kuria's role will be to create confusion. Moses Kuria said yesterday that walisaidia kuiba. So today, because the message is already home, he's changing that story to be nilisaidia kuimba, not kuiba. But the message is already home. So he's intending to create confusion. Mudavadi, Weta are in a coalition with the Ruto's party. They are likely to sign an agreement. Moses Kuria will also demand to sign an agreement. If he will be allowed, he will start questioning why Mount Kenya is being left out. And that's why Kimani Ichung'wah was talking of Moses Kuria out to create confusion. And lastly, Kenya Kwanza politics. Moses Kuria will definitely demand to be a co-principal. Demanding to be made a co-principal would lead to the confusion we are talking about. Take it or leave it, Moses Kuria is a Trojan horse. Bye-bye.